Saturday Night Live. Boom, boom. I'm live already. I'm live. Thank you very much. Anybody out there who's decided to join me on this one, um, it could be a short one, it could be a long one. Who knows? There's no one watching me at the moment. All I can say is don't talk about the football. That's what I mean. Don't talk about the football. So, boys and girls, welcome to another Saturday Night Live. This is an opportunity for all of you out there to talk about anything, ranging from politics to football to anything. You can talk about anything in this one, and I shall give you an answer. So, the point of this broadcast is for me to connect with the people who watch us throughout the year. If you got something you need to say, stick it in the comments, and I shall reply to you and tell you exactly what I think. Mr. Thomas McCarthy says hi. Hello, Mr. Thomas McCarthy, mate. Nice of you to drop in. It's always a pleasure for you to come up and say hi. Hello, mate. Now we've got a perfect yes. Listen, I know what you're going on about. I know exactly. Don't give me that. At the end of the day, I wanted to know what Portsmouth were doing. I really did want to know, because being on the south coast. Well, I'm not on the south coast, but being from the south coast, always like to see how the neighbours are doing next door. And I couldn't find you on the paper. Fell off the bottom of the page. Anyway, you know exactly, Mr. Wonder, Mr. Scott, exactly what we've done today. And I'll tell you what, we need a new manager. I go for Chris Hughton. Chris Hughton, I reckon he'd do a good job for us. So thank you for that. Thank you for that indeed. If you Thomas McCarthy's come out and says, I thought you'd be out trying to get people to vote for Boris Johnson. Now we're gonna get political, Thomas. I could not give a toss about any of them, to be honest, Thomas. I could not give a toss about any of them. So there you go. Wonder Beer Wonder. You're doing food soon, aren't you? I'll have to think of a name for you, mate. What food channel? Pompey not playing today, mate. Oh, I wouldn't know because the minnows in the smaller leagues. I don't really know. But at the end of the day, we're in trouble. I admit that. We're going to go down most probably. But you lot will cheer that on, as ever. Mr. Portsmouth Football Club, the one with the bell and the what's in the bookshop in Petersfield, he will be enjoying it. So I let him enjoy that. So there you go. Oh, he's got a name. Wonder Beer Wonder has come up. He's going to show up. Is he going to show? Yes. Scott's Sausage Adventures. That sounds. Scott's Sausage Adventures. I'm not. Yeah, I think that is a brilliant name, mate. I really do. I think it's a name which I think it'll get you plenty of subs. I'll tell you that. Scott's Sausage Adventures, I think, is the best. Yeah, it's brilliant. Gets a thumbs up for me, mate. I think that would be brilliant. What's going to happen if you run out of sausages? What are you going to go on to then? You're gonna get some stuff. You're definitely gonna get some spam on that, and you definitely are. What we got? She ain't having any of it. I bet she's not. Oh, so don't make me laugh. Got to back off. So, as ever, thank you for joining. this live feed. As always, it's always brilliant. You commenting, keep commenting like you do, as you do. I've got to tell you that I've had my beer of the year. I usually review all my beers all at once. I don't know if you know that. Well, you most probably know if you see me videos popping up. I usually get a little bit pickled towards the end. You know, first on the Monday night video, I'm quite sober, but as the week goes by, I tend to get to the Thursday or Friday, and I'm a bit pickled in them. But I think I've had my beer of the year, and I'm going to tell you, boys and girls out there, what one it is. It is now this one. This one, the review will come up most probably not tomorrow night, most probably Monday night. This one is from a brewery I've never heard of before, and I have to say, it is this one, Willy Tonka chocolate and coffee. Now this is coming in, as you may see. Now this one, it did cost an arm and a leg. I'll be honest, it's a lot of money. But I have to say, this brewery, can you see that brewery? The most little beer engineers. I love that. I love the term beer engineers, by the way. It was beautiful. And I have to tell you, boys and girls out there, to try some of their beers. I'll show the brewery again. Demos Luto. Go on their website. It's interesting. I'll tell you what. It wasn't what I was expecting, but it was beautiful. That's all I'm going to say about that beer. But it's definitely my beer of the year. So we have got a Mr. Darren Hawthorne. He's going to turn up in a minute like he does with a lot of it. Woo, Mr. J. Brown. I don't know your scores, Mr. Darren Hawthorne. Don't need to remind me exactly how we got on. I've got a Pompey boy. I got a Pompey boy online who's eager to remind me exactly how shit we are. So I don't need you to tell me either. But how did he get on against the Cherries? I remember seeing it was 1-1 at half time. Most probably you most probably got your 3 points because you're looking. That's quite a woohoo, Mr. J Brown. That's quite a lot. Quite like I don't think you'd be saying that if you lost. Put it that way. So there you go. Mr. Wonder Beer Wonder, Mr. Scott. Let's come up with a comment. Let's see what he says. He says, I've seen that somewhere online. Yes, well, I actually saw this a bottle shop in Durham, and I thought I'll pick it up. And it was beautiful. And I have to say, I highly recommend you, Scott, pick up one of their beers. Tell us exactly what it's all about. I'll be watching. I'll watch your one this week. I didn't comment on it, but I do watch it. So good stuff. Mr. Drawing Butterfly says hi. Drawing Butterfly, it's always a pleasure for you to join me. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for dropping in. This is an opportunity for all of you out there to get things off your chest. You've been slaving away, working away all week, and you most probably got a lot of things built up in you. This is the opportunity just to air it online. If you think everybody's a tosser and everything, just say it in the comments. This is a way to kind of get it off your chest. And evening, folks. Hello, Mr. Dean's Beer Reviews. I did see Rod enjoyable. Time again. So you're a good bloke. So there you go. Darren Hawthorne, he's come up with the score for the tune, 2-1 to the tune. I thought it was Darren Hawthorne because I'll tell you what, if you lost, you wouldn't be commenting on this, would you? So yes, fair enough. Steve Bruce is doing his job, so fair enough. Mr. Drawing Butterfly, do you think? Oh, it's going to come up. Do you think Hobgoblin has changed lots recently? I haven't had any Hobgoblin since I've changed the labels. I think the beer will be the same. I think it will be. Um, it used to be great, to be honest, before Marston's took over. I think the beer was a little bit better. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not a brewer. But I think what Marston's have done to it, I think, is pretty sad in a way. I'm angry and sad. I think it could have been a lot better what Marston's did to it. It's just I just feel very, very sad about it, about the whole thing, because Hobgoblin is close to a lot of people's hearts because Hobgoblin is a gateway beer. Hobgoblin was a beer where people were drinking lager, drinking, normal, Heinekens or whatever, and suddenly, yeah, it's one of them, mate. Wonder Beer Wonder has come up with. I'll have a look out for it, mate. I'm really looking forward to the news. Yes, I did see that. I'm quite intrigued by that Stanley Good brewery, actually. I'll have to find out, Scott, exactly what's going on there. Because the beer you reviewed, I thought, oh, that looks good. It does look good. So, yes, I did see that Coco come up on the Facebook page. I would have a look at that. Drawing Butterflies come up with. Doesn't matter if you miss a live one. This is just a loose talk. This is just a loose laugh. It's a bit of entertainment instead of watching X Factor Celebrity and all this shit on TV. You can just talk to us. Anything. You talk about anything. Politics, beer, football, anything. Dean, the legend. I'm going to call Dean the legend because he's a legend. That beer showed yet pricey. Yes, it is. £8.50 for that, Dean. But I really liked it. It's when you get a beer which is about £8.50, but it's one of them things which you just wanna pick up now and again, a little bit like an Omnipollo in a way, or something like that. I will pay a lot of money for a beer now and again just to break up the monotony of reviewing supermarket beers and supermarket lagers, which we all do, but let's see what Wonder Beer Wonder has come up with. If I can put it up, it's the Wonder Beer Wonder. Someone's put up a little big ambitions from Stanley Good today. Another blind and I had a bad boo from them. Yeah, I'm intrigued. I'm coming down south actually next year, so I might try and pick up some beers down there while I'm down there. Yeah, so I will do. Wonder Beer Wonder. Let's pick it up. If Dean is watching, he's a legend. Like he is. Just a shame that I've never really done any live stuff with him. It's just one of them things, where he's got beers in and stuff like that, or stuff which I don't like to commit to live stuff if I can't make it, and that's the problem with me. But yeah, he is a legend, and I have to say I've been watching him for years, and I think he started out the same time as I did. Not too sure if Dean is watching. Tell us when you started. I think you started about the same time as me, because I remember it was weird. I didn't know anything about Dean's beer reviews until I think he did the Rheinbacher Weiss beer. That was going back a bit, and he mentioned me, and it's always nice when someone mentions you, but you never know. You never know. You never find out about other beer reviews and stuff when someone says, I watched him and what's that. So it's great. Yeah, he's a great bloke. Dean, if you're watching, you got the thumbs up for me, mate. Always have had. Mr. Ronald, good evening, John and Dean and Scott. Mr. Ronald, it's always nice to hear from you, mate. As ever. I don't know if you're working tonight. Tell us exactly what you're doing. Dean says, hello, Mr. Ronald. Hello, Mr. Ronald from everybody. Wonder Beer. Evening, Mr. Ronald. Mr. Ronald's in the house. So let's go back to Slime Sky. Slime Sky. I do this week. I've been drinking Old Crafty Hen. Wow, what a beer. I haven't had Crafty Hen for years, and that is years. Someone mentioned on this 2 weeks ago or something about Special Hen Reserve, which I've never ever heard of in my life. So, which was weird. I thought Special Hen Reserve was Crafty Hen, but tell us in the comments. Yes, Crafty Hen. I've got a soft spot for it with a lot of the old school ales because it's what you drink when you first get into it, isn't it? So that's the way it is. Dean's, yeah, Jan 16. Yes, he started in Jan 16. I'm trying to think when I started. I think I was a month before you. I think I was in December. Because I remember my first review. It was absolutely terrible. I don't know what first beer you did, Dean, but mine was Durham Brewery, and it's absolutely terrible. It's a terrible review. The light was really bad. Nervous. I was nervous, even though it wasn't live. You still get nervous doing it. And I remember it's a terrible review, and I will get back to doing that again. That beer, just to re-review it. I don't know if you've ever thought of re-reviewing beers, Dean. I've always thought of maybe doing re-reviews of beers back to back, comparing, comparisons. I did the Westmail triple, loved it, and the single review, and the Rochefort 10 or another triple, and maybe it's great to revisit them and just bring them together and compare them. I never thought of have you ever thought of doing that? I'm starting to think about getting back into and just revisiting beers, which I've done a long time ago and never touched since. I don't know if you ever thought of that. I think it's a good thing. I think it's just keep it fresh and that just to look at beers again and think what you think about them. Mr. Ronald's here as ever. He's got the weekend off. It's about time I gave you a weekend off, mate. About time, definitely. You keep working. So what beers are you drinking, Mr. Ronald? Tell us exactly what beers you're drinking, what beers you're really kind of liking at the moment. Drawing Butterfly said, how did this get started in YouTube? It's like anything. It's kind of like weird. It's I started watching beer reviews. I'm gonna say it. Okay. Now I started watching Sofa King Drunk, started to watch David Dowling, started to watch Hopzine, started to watch, lots of different people. And it's weird when I first started to do this, is that all these influences of the people you watched kind of like creep into your reviews. You can't help it because when you watch people who you admire, it does creep into your reviews, and it does kind of like influence in what you say and everything like that. And as you go on, as you keep reviewing beer and start to find out about different styles and start to appreciate different styles and what they bring to the table, you start to kind of like get your own ideology about it. You get your own mind about it. You start to develop your own kind of like personality. You start to develop your own opinion about beers without being intimidated by other reviewers saying that they're brilliant beers and everything. You start to be more honest to yourself. And that is the key. That's the key. When you review beer, you got a beer. I've just got a lager here. You got a beer, and you got me, and you got you. I am the in between this and you. I've got to tell you exactly what I think of that beer. So it's one of them things. It's one of them, personal opinion of beers. It's like, do people like the color black? Do people like the color orange? It's up to you. But at the end of the day, it's more important. It's more important that we all embrace it, because I think this is the way I look at it. All these beer reviews, Dean, you know, Ale Desert Station, everybody, all these beer reviews, we all come from the same, we all from the same side of the fence. We're promoting beer at the end of the day, and at the end of the day, we only give an honest opinion of what we feel, and you shouldn't judge us if you disagree with what we feel about the beer. The honest thing is that we're honest about it. You can pick a beer out, put it in your YouTube search, say, I don't know, a lot of beers, and you find different reviewers liking it or hating it. But that's what makes it interesting. That's what makes it interesting. That's that's what gives it the spice. It's no one's ever wrong, no one's ever right. It's just being what we are. Thank you for that, Drawing Butterfly. Really appreciate that. So we go to Mr. Ronald. If he's going to show up. Is he going to show up, Mr. Ronald? Hope so. Yeah, been banging the overtime labour slowly down now, so a few weekends off. Realised tonight, mate, Badgers Brewing, some Fuller's. I do like Fuller's ESB. I have to say, it's my favourite Fuller's ESB. Definitely. Real big fan of Fuller's ESB. I don't see it about any often, really, because all these supermarkets are taking in all the craft beer in. They're taking in all these, collaboration beers. Tesco is an ideal. Is a real big thing. Tesco taken over quantity over quality for me, and I think they've just taken in anybody in their shelves, just stuck it on, and got rid of the almighty ESB, because I think ESB for me is a cracking beer. I really do. The only problem with that beer is he hasn't got lovely labels on the can, is it? Hasn't got lovely labels on the bottle. But for me, Fuller's ESB is a fantastic beer. It should be on the shelves in my local Tesco. It isn't. Hopefully, it is where you are, Mr. Ronald. So, we've got Stefan Bream, who's got an F written up. I haven't got a clue what that is. I will get back to you in a minute. We have got Slime Sky. Hopefully, Slime Sky Lagunitas IPA. He says, Lagunitas IPA. Do you like? Yes, I do. I'm not a fan of much more Lagunitas. Lagunitas IPA for me is a cracking beer. So, Stefan Bream. Hopefully he'll come up. If I show, he'll come up. So, if it will show up. Hello, NSBR. Hello, Mr. Stefan B. May I have your mail address again, please? I'll try to send a mail to you regarding the shipment, but all mails come back. I'll tell you what, I will send you one tonight. I'll send you another email. As ever, Stefan Breen, I'm highly appreciative to what you're doing. I will send you one tonight. Thank you again, Stefan. Lovely bloke, Stefan. Anybody who hasn't got Stefan Bream as a sub, I recommend you to get him as a sub. Wonder Beer Wonder. I watched all sorts of guys before even thinking about the channel, mate. I'm lucky I've wandered about. So yeah, this is what makes Wonder Beer Wonder brilliant. This is what makes what makes your channel different to anybody else's, because you've got a female opinion. You've got a female opinion, and we know about females. Their opinions do not agree with the male perspective, do they? And I think you bounce off very, very well. And I have to say, I've said it before to you, is that you make the effort, especially in the Halloween, when you did the Halloween video. that effort is really, 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 really good. It's appreciative on my behalf. When I watch it, it makes it more and more entertaining. When you see that, when you bounce off, it makes it makes it gives it a different dynamic for me. Us normal kind of like blokes in a shed reviewing beers, we that's what we do. But when you have the other half doing it as well, yeah, totally appreciate that. And I'll tell you what, it makes it entertaining. Milton, a boat. Good evening, sir, he says. Good evening. Good evening. So let's get back to Drawing Butterfly. What was your first ever bear review? Yeah, it's a polar bear. It's Antarctica. It's floating on an iceberg. No, what was my first beer review? It was Durham Brewery, and I think it was St. Bede's IPA. I can't remember. I'll tell you what, Drawing Butterfly, that's a good question. It was Durham Brewery for sure, because I'm a big fan of Durham Brewery. I love Durham Brewery. They were a solid brewery, do some exceptional stuff. But I can't remember the name of the beer. I think it was St. Bede's. It was a triple. It's a Belgian influenced triple, and my word, did they nail it? Did they nail it? It was fantastic. But I can't remember the name of the beer. Go on my playlist, tell me. It's on my playlist on the English beers, the first one. I think it was definitely Durham Brewery. I can't remember at all. Tell us. Dean's popped up with agree. Yes. 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 It is. Agree, Dean. It is. It's as always, it's always it's all about it. Totally agree with you. So, boys and girls, it's been a good one. So, I've showed you my beer of the year so far. I've just reviewed Tiny Rebels Welcome to the Party, Pal, which I have to say is brought a smile to me. I've also reviewed Samuel Smith's Winter Warmer Ale, which I'm a big fan of Samuel Smith's. Everybody knows I'm a big fan of Samuel Smith's. I think Samuel Smith's are a fantastic brewery. I think their beers are honest and beautiful and wonderful. I don't know if anybody's reviewed the Organics Chocolate Stout from Samuel Smith's, but it is beautiful. So I highly recommend anybody out there to review it because it's fantastic. So the beer I'm drinking at the moment is just a normal cheap lager. From the bottom of the cupboard down there, the Gallaroo, I think it is. Somebody that just drink away while I look at the comments. You know what I mean? So yeah. So I was in a bottle shop this week and we were talking about prices of beer. It's getting a bit stupid. It's getting a bit silly because the shop I was in, they did Wonder Beyond beers. But these beers were in 250ml cans. Now, they reckon 250ml cans. They reckon this is the way craft beer is going to go. They think it's going to be 250ml cans for a very long time. And I think for me, it's not a way to go. £5.50 for a 250ml can of Wonder Beyond beer. Would you buy it or not? Put us in the comments. Sam Sky says never seen that. Only ever seen Samuel Smith's. Sam Sky, not Samuel Adams. Got an interesting comment from Drawing By. What was it? No, I haven't got subscriber goal. I don't it's not a subscriber goal. No one's got any subscriber goal. I think you get to a point where you don't. It's not about the subscriber goal for me. It's all about people who enjoy watching you, enjoying watching you. That is the main thing. Enjoying what you do, embracing what you do. Dean's beer reviews has come up. He says on the Colonel. I haven't had Colonel beer for ages, Dean. I do like a good Colonel. I had what's the one I like? It's a stout, and I can't remember. It's 16. I can't remember the date on it. It's a stout they Colonel did. I like that. It's lovely, lovely stuff. Boom, 250 ml. Here we go. This is from Scotty. He says 250 ml. They can stick it, no point. Certainly not £5 a can. Well, I think it's definitely going to go that way. Whether or not Wander Beyond gets, for me, Wander Beyond are a fantastic brewery. They are lovely. They do some beautiful beers. What I saw, 250 ml can, 15% stout in that can. Is it worth buying the 15% stout? I don't know. Would I buy it? I've spent silly money on other things, so maybe for a review, maybe. Dean's beer reviews. He's come up with a good comment, I think. I think it's just because of the high that comes with. Yes, it is. It is, mate. 15%, as I said earlier. These beers were 15%, 11%, 12%. So they're all over the 10% mark. Is it an affordable way for you and me to review a Wander Beyond beer? It most probably is. Instead of paying £8.50 for a can for a tenner, you can get 2 Wander Beyond beers to review. From a reviewing point of view, it might be good. From a drinking point of view, it might be bad. But it'd be interesting to see how well it does. Mr. Ronald. Here we go. No chance I'll be buying. If it come up, no chance will I buy. It's going to come up. No chance will I buy 250 ml cans. I will always try and go for 445, even better. I think it's down to the quality of beer in them. At the end of the day, at the end of the day, 500ml can of Wander Beyond, 15% stout, whatever it is, it's going to cost you about a tenner. If you get in a 250ml can, half of it's going to cost you a £5. It depends what you want to taste. If you went to a bar and you wanted a glass of wine, they'll charge you a £5 for a glass of wine. So that's the way I see it. But it's a bit naughty in a way. You clearly enjoy it. I do. Do you have a sponsor? You should do. I haven't got a sponsor. If you want to sponsor me, Slime Sky, you can sponsor me. I haven't got a sponsor at all. All us beer reviewers, whatever you want to call us, or beer, pissheads or whatever. It's just something we do. We all have commitments, we all have work, we all have family, but it's something we do at the weekend, and we just, drink a few beers and stick it on through the week, and that's what it's all about. There's no, it's not really what's the word? Heroic pursuit, if you want to call it that. It's just something that normal blokes are doing. Just finding beautiful beers and just sticking it on the web and telling you all exactly what it's all about. There's no science behind it. It's just what we do, and I think the people who are doing it now are going to be staying around for years doing it. I can see myself doing it, and I'm sure Dean will if he's watching. we'll carry on doing this, and I'm sure a lot of people will be doing this because that's what we do. That's just something we do. It's a release in a way, I suppose. If you go through all the bullshit through the week, it's a release for everybody just to crack open a few cans and stick it on YouTube. So no, there's nothing, no science behind it. It's just we're just normal, down to earth people reviewing beer. So we have got one from Scott. I spent £6 on a deep and was extremely good and almost balked at that. And that was in a 330. But that's a limited edition beer. Again, it's. I don't know if you've seen it, Scott, on the on YouTube this week. Northern Monk, they did a beer. They brewed it on the summit of Everest, not Everest summit. Ben Nevis, not Everest. That'd be dead, wouldn't they? on the summit of Ben Nevis, and they basically charging £1,000 a bottle. I thought it was a wind up, but it's actually true. For 330ml bottle, Northern Monk are doing this beer which they kind of like brewed on the summit of Ben Nevis, not Everest, and kind of like flogging it for about £1,000 a bottle, which is absolutely ludicrous. So there you go. Dean's Beer Reviews, he's come up with another good comment as always. He's always got a good comment. Used to be loads of brewers put in. This is it. Well, I'll press the button. It doesn't come up. Is he on a show? Is he on a show? Dean, are you going to show up on my channel? Used to be loads of brewers putting their stuff in. Don't see. No, you don't. You don't. It's like this. You hit the nail on the head. It's all about saving money. It's all about saving money, isn't it? Thornbridge. It all goes back to this Thornbridge thing where when Thornbridge used to put their beers out, 500ml bottles. They were in 500. Everything was in 500ml. Then all of a sudden, Thornbridge got pally with Tesco's. Then suddenly, all their beers appeared on the shelves in 330s, and they were expecting the same, more or less the same price for them, which is absolutely piss take. Though I do like Thornbridge, it's the thinking, the business thinking behind these brewers is not working out for the people who actually drink their beer. These business decisions up here are not they're not kind of like what's the word, benefiting the beer drinker. In fact, they're taking the piss out of them, and I was quite angry with Thornbridge when they did that, because there's no need to cut their beer bottles down to 330s when they did 500s in the first place. I just think it's wrong. I think it's a rip-off, and I think that the people who really suffer about it is the people buying their beers. Even though their beers are good, it did niggle me for a while. So we've got something from Drawing Butterfly. Thank you very much for that. I'll try to be honest as ever, so does everybody else, but thank you. Evening all, Tranmere Rovers. Evening all, I'm just back from the pub. How's everyone doing? We're all doing absolutely fine. Mr. Tranmere Rovers. We've lost against Everton, which is, I think, Hasenhüttl's out. I'm going to get a decent manager in. We're pretty shit at the moment, so thank you for coming up with a comment. Drawn Butterfly. Have you tried Morrison's Bitter? No, I haven't, Drawn Butterfly. It's something on the list. Slime Sky says, I like Banks Amber Bitter. Cheap Cheerful, tastes okay. You got me into that. Yes, I did. I did like Banks. When I reviewed the Banks Bitter, it's kind of like you take the price of the beer into the review, and for the price, you can't go wrong, can you? we have got a new comment from a new person. I think Misanthropic One. Hello, sir, Misanthropic One, or the nanny state strikes back. Yeah, as ever. The nanny state, should I say, is always there at the end of the day. So Dean's Beer, sooner than put the price up a bit than drop down to 330s. Yes, I agree with you on that, Dean. I was a bit disappointed. I was disappointed because as soon as I got the supermarket contract, Thornbridge, I kind of like dropped all their beers down to 330s, which is completely wrong. I do like Thornbridge, and that's what makes me keep buying their beers. So, that's what it's all about. So what have we got next on the comments coming up? It's from Drawing Butterfly. He says it comes up. It's going to come up. Drawing Butterfly. Is it going to come up? Please say hi to Neil. Hello, Neil. If you're watching this, young man, I'm being told to say hi to you. So hi, Neil. I do, Mr. Drawing Butterfly. Get Neil to subscribe to my channel, like you do. So here we go. Here we go from Scott again. Scott in Portsmouth, so I say Portsmouth. Don't mention the football. I mentioned it once, but I think I got away with it. Don't mention the football. I mentioned it once. I'm not going to mention. You can mention the football all you want, Scott. At the end of the day, I don't mind. At the end of the day, we're getting pummeled everywhere we go. I actually saw the Pompey lot singing a song about us scummers, about us getting beaten everywhere we go. So what? At the end of the day, we're going to go down. But there you go. These beers come up. That was, yes, thank you. Yeah, the toffees. Everton, nice one, Dean, son. Go and get them toffees. I tell you what, munch on them, mate, like you do. Munch on them. Nice one, mate. Tammy Rovers. He's come up with something. Yes, no, we know about Tranmere Rovers. We've always had a bad. I remember the game Southampton played against Tranmere Rovers. I remember it was in the League Cup, I think it was. I think it was in the League Cup. And if I remember rightly, it was at your place. And if I remember rightly, we were 3-0 up at your place at half time, if I remember rightly. And you came back 4-3 in the second half, if I remember rightly. And I think it was a time when the all-time greatest Southampton player, well, my favourite player, Marian Pahars, was playing for us. The Latvian Michael Owen. I don't know if you remember that, Tranmere Rovers. Tell us if you do. So what we got next? We got Mr. Ronald. Mr. Ronald's come up with a good one. Wonder Beer Wonder. 330 meals, a minimum I will buy. So would I, but sometimes I think it's all about the quality of the beer for me. Mr. Dean Beer Reviews. He's come up with a good one. Yes, you are. I know you were. I don't know if you struck the line out and wanted me to buy. I think you did. Nice one, mate, as ever. I don't take any offence to anybody, to be honest. It's always a good laugh at the end of the day. Yeah, so yeah. Misanthropic One. Let's see what he said. I've noticed. If he's going to come up, Misanthropic. I've noticed the same thing as Dean. Cans getting bumped down as well as ABV. Yes, they are. But at the end of the day, I think it's all manipulated. I do honestly think all these beers which appear in the supermarkets, Tesco's especially, Marks and Spencer, Morrison's, it's all manipulated in a way. It's all manipulated that they're kind of like brew beers to fall in line with what the supermarket wants. I walked in Tesco's, right, when they first released the craft beer range. Well, they had this second phase of craft beer, didn't they? In June, July, when I bought out the Tiny Rebel pineapple, and I brought out the Four Pure Mothership collab and everything like that. And I was just walking down the aisle, looking at them, brightly coloured cans, very much, very much cans which appeal to the eye. And I honestly think that they do it on purpose to kind of like they manipulate a lot. I mean, Brut IPA from the Brut IPA from Mothership. I mean, why have Brut IPA in Tesco? This is what I couldn't understand, because up to that point, I still think it is. Brut IPA isn't a big seller. I mean, why did Mothership put that? Why did they get Mothership to have that in their stores? I just think a lot of this kind of like beers they put in the supermarkets are very manipulated by the supermarket. So I'd rather have Tesco release 5 brilliant beers than 20 crap ones. Dean's beer reviews is I'm always Dean. I don't care. You can call me a scummer. I don't really care. I'm not bothered. I like my football club. That's what it's all about. Tranmere Rovers, yes. I don't watch on YouTube. I don't want to watch it. The one Tranmere Rovers, but I remember it well. Want to be off for scummer, JB? Hang on, I'm off to wash my mouth out. Thank you very much. Cheers for that, Scott. Yeah, for scum, I'm okay, and I. Nice one. Yeah, it is dreadful. It is dreadful, Scott. Dean's beer reviews, Brut IPA. Now, it's a controversial. Is a devil's work? It is, to a degree. I have to say, a beer with kind of like a beer with dried champagne yeast in it. It doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for me at all, and I don't think it works for you either. I'll be surprised anybody like. Do you like? Yes, I do like mild. Mild is okay. Milds are okay. They're nice. They're kind of like flat cap, whippets, old men in walking sticks, Mars bars, that type of. Yeah, why not? Well, we have a new comment from a new person. Let's see what he's come up with. And it is Merton. All right, lad. I'm going to get you some local stuff. It's from Tris Brewery. Thank you very much, Merton. Tris Brewery, I've never heard of before. You sound like a right northern bloke. I'll say you're up in the Pennines somewhere, but let us know where you are. Yes, it'll be well appreciated as ever. Anybody who gives us beers, I always make a point in my reviews and always give them a thumbs up and thank everybody, whoever gives us beers. It's always a pleasure when someone gives you a beer to try. It's always nice to give them a name drop and everything. So it's fantastic stuff. So Wonder Beer Wonders, yes, I think Old Emery will be out then. If that's 2-0, then Leicester beat Arsenal 2-0. I tell you, Leicester on fire. I know there's no excuse for a 9-0 drubbing, but I tell you what, Leicester, I think Emery will be a gone then. He'll be a goner after that. I wouldn't be surprised if Wenger went back to Arsenal. I honestly wouldn't be surprised. I really wouldn't with that. Really wouldn't. What have we got next on the comments? Storm Sky. Never seen a mild review. it was miles all over the place. Time Sky. Just check them out. You know, there's loads of miles. Mild is a term which really is old fashioned in a way. It's like a low alcohol stout or low alcohol porter. It's kind of like one of them things. It's kind of like, you know, it's one of them descriptions which is old school, if you know what I mean. Banks is mild. That was the one I did. I think I did Banks is mild. We've got another one. Falkirk, Scotland. Its twist is pronounced Stenhousemuir. I remember Stenhousemuir being on a video printer in the football results. I've never been, well, the highest I've been in Scotland, I've been to Ben Nevis, been to Fort William, I've been to Dundee, been to place Forfar, been to Forfar. I don't know much about Scotland, to be honest. Been to Glasgow once, got lost in Glasgow. When I go to Glasgow, I drive into Glasgow, the roads are kind of like a mess. I completely got lost. But I don't know where Falkirk is. Tell us where Falkirk is. Could be anywhere in Scotland. Anyway, boys and girls, we'll have a recap. Actually, we've talked about a lot. We've talked about beers, which is great. We've talked about football, which is not so great, but great for some, which is fair enough. We've talked about a lot of things, but at the end of the day, it's been bloody entertaining so far. So I'm just going to go in with this Saint Etienne from Aldi, like you do. Never gets better. Let's see what's coming up on the comments again. Sam Sky, do you think it's OJ or okay for beer to have artificial, like a lot of craft beers do now, adjuncts, I call them, Sam Sky? It's termed under adjuncts. It depends for me. It depends on the brewer. It depends how they use these artificial flavors. It depends how much of an influence it's kind of like worked out, if you know what I mean. You look at Tiny Rebel. Tiny Rebel's a prime example for that. You look on their beers, you look on the labels, you look on what's in the ingredients. They don't hold back. They tell you exactly what they've got in it. It's a bit like this beer here, a bit like that one. It's got, if you can see that, tonka beans, cocoa nibs, coffee, and yeast. It's telling you exactly what's in it. But the magic is in the brewing. The magic is in the way the beer turns out. Now, if they can keep it, the integrity of the beer. You know, I've said before especially in craft beer reviews, that you can get a fruit bomb of a beer, you can drink it, and it just feels like fucking juice. But sometimes, if you can get a craft beer and it feels like a beer, it's got to feel like a beer. You got to embrace it as a beer, and you still got all them fruity characters in, and that is the best type of beer for me. You know, let's not get too carried away with all these adjuncts. Let's not get too carried away with all these artificial flavors, because there's some beers out there you taste and they taste crap because of the artificial flavors. Wells and Young, I think it's Eagle Brewery now, is it? When I do the sticky toffee milk stout or whatever it is. Absolutely shocking. I haven't reviewed it. I've had it in the past. I will review it. Another one was the Young's chocolate stout, and beer with you can tell a beer with someone who's come along with a little pipette and like dropping a flavour in. You can tell it. I think there's not a beer reviewer out there who cannot tell something which is artificial. If you drink as much beer as what we do, you will tell a beer about it's artificial, being artificial. So that's a good point, Slime Sky. So yeah, thanks for that comment. We'll go for Merton. Oh, it's got to come on my Falkirk. Falkirk. Falkirk is how it's said, man. Falkirk. Falkirk, son. Send me kilt with me beers. So let's go to Wonder Beyond. Wonder Beyond. Wonder Beyond. Wonder Beyond. Wonder. Sorry, mate. I'll make a red jump as long as I keep the beer taste. Yes, that's exactly how I look at it. It's got like, you can throw anything into these beers, but it's got to feel like a beer. It's not gonna have to, feel like something else. It's got to still have the quality of a beer. It's still got to have the feel of the beer and the honesty of the beer. And if the adjuncts kind of like enhance the quality and the taste of the beer, that's what makes it, great. That's what makes that beer great. You don't want adjuncts to overtake the beer. You don't want adjuncts to turn that beer into something else. You don't want it to turn into a fruit juice. You want it to be a fruit bomb of a beer, but still feel like a beer. And that is the main thing for me. Definitely. So that's a good comment. Good comment. Tranmere Rovers says, have you got a favourite stout beer? I have. And it's a beer which you could get anywhere. It's a beer which, let's face it, begins with G, ends with S. It says Foreign Extra on it. For me, my favourite stout is not just the Guinness Foreign Extra, it's the Nigerian Guinness Foreign Extra. For me, that is a stout which I go to. It's just beautiful. The Guinness Draft for me has always been a thin beer. It's always been a watery beer. It's soft. It looks beautiful, but it doesn't give me the robustness which I want from a stout. And for me, the Guinness Foreign Extra just gives me that robustness. It gives me the strength. It gives me the taste. So for me, my favourite stout will always be the Guinness Foreign Extra. I think there are some excellent other stouts out there, but the Guinness Foreign Extra has always been the one which I go to. It's just Guinness with bollocks. It's Guinness with a backbone. It's Guinness with everything you want. Let us know exactly what your favourite stouts are. I'd like to know. While I have my cheap Aldi Saint Etienne lager, like you do. So cheers, everybody. So Dean says, I think you can get away with adjuncts in a big stout more than any other style. You most probably could, because I think there's a lot of. I think there's the stout. The actual, if you strip it back, you got that stout. I think you would go with a lot of different adjuncts. I think the stout, if you have a basic stout in your glass, it would go with a lot of different taste notes. I think it would go with tropical fruit in a way. I think it would go with, you got your chocolate coffee and all that, but I think it would go with a lot of different fruitness. I mean, you look at a black IPA, that's another thing, the black IPA, it looked like a stout, but tasted like an IPA, bit of roastedness, like a stout behind it. See, that's another style of beer, which actually you don't see much now, actually, to be honest, but it's another beer which would go well with a lot of adjuncts, I think. And so, yeah, I totally agree with you, Dean. I think there's a lot of different adjuncts which would go in a big stout, because a big stout forms the basis of the beer, forms the strength, the robust of the beer. Sprinkle a little bit of magic of the adjuncts on top, and he got himself something quite special. So I totally agree with you with that, mate. Totally agree with you. Oh, we got Milton. Milton's come up. Dragon Stout is nice, he says. If I'm bringing it up. I'm back again. I'm back again. I'm back again. I don't know what happened there. Do apologise. You're still here. I've gone off. Yes, it is nice. It's a little bit of a secret beer in a way because you don't see it in your normal beer aisle in your Tesco. You have to go to the World Foods with a Nigerian stout, which I mentioned before, which is fantastic. It is nice. Totally groovy, Milton. It is a lovely, lovely beer. So yeah, totally groovy on that. Mr. Warren was that? Yes, it's an acquired taste black IPA. It always is. It's weird. It's because it's that type of beer which deceives the mind. It's a beer when you look at it, it looks like a stout. It's black. When you taste it, you're getting IPA notes, you're getting citrus notes, you're getting all these other tropical notes maybe, and they shouldn't be there because your eyes are telling you it's a stout because it looks like a stout. So good point. It's one of them things, mate. Mr. Ronald's come up with another one. Waitrose. Waitrose have already bought out an Imperial Stout, a new one from Fuller's. £8 a bottle, and I think they've had it out this week. So get yourself down to Waitrose, like you do, and enjoy it, like you do. Yeah, I do like Fuller's. I mean, Fuller's for me are part of the British identity of beer. Always have been, always will be. And yes, Waitrose, get yourself down there, mate, Mr. Ronald. It's there. So, Tranmere Rose, never seen. Oh, it comes up. Never seen a Foreign Extra where I live, but I hear that's an excellent choice. I like Dark Arts. Yes, Dark Arts is nice. But stouts are quite funny. It's one of them things which you look at the label, you look at the brewers which are made their names on stouts for me. Guinness, Murphy's, big players in the stout market, and for me, Guinness are the kings of it, but their Foreign Extra is the king for me. The Antwerp Stout is another one. So check that out, Tranmere Rovers. Cheers for that. We got another one from Nuvia, Tyler Croft. How's it going, pal? Thank you very much for clocking in. Tyler Croft, it's going fantastic, mate. Tell us exactly what beers you're drinking tonight, if you're drinking any. So we have got next coming up, Mr. Waddle. Yeah, it's £8. It's on the shelf now. Last year's was amazing. I'll tell you what, best thing to do, Mr. Waddle, for you is get 2 bottles. Get one to drink this year. Get a bottle, stick it away, and the price of them, the value of them bottles actually do go up. So I highly recommend you just to put one about. So get hold of one, mate, and enjoy it. Terry's quick beer reviews. Just got in from having a few jars. How things, mate? Brilliant, Terry. Don't talk to me about the football. Don't talk to me about that. As ever, Terry, it's always a pleasure talking to you. Always a pleasure listening to you. And as ever, I do watch your reviews, and it's always a pleasure watching them. So fantastic, mate. Dean's beer reviews come up. A lot look at Cocoa One language. Yes, Dean, I don't know. You must have done Cocoa Wonderland. I tell you what, Dean. I tell you what was a surprise the other day is when you popped up with Bengal Lancer. I honestly thought that you would have done Bengal Lancer. That's a weird one. Yes, highly recommend you to try that Cocoa Wonderland, Dean. It is lovely. I absolutely loved it. It's a really, really good beer. I did anyway. When you do it, Morrison's mate, when you do it, tell us what you think. I know you tell us what you think. So we've got one from Tyler Croft again, a new brilliant mate. Got a 4-pack with Cybernaut Brewdog, and also a 4-pack of Elvis Juice and Brewdog. Just got off a 14-hour shift. You'll be sweating and tired and pissed off. Enjoy them, Tyler. Enjoy them. Drink anything yourself tonight. I've got a load of beers at the bottom. At the time while I'm drinking now, I'm drinking a little bit of cheap Aldi lager because I need to get rid of them. I have reviewed most probably my beer of the year is that one, which will be up this week. And yes, at the end of the day, thank you very much for coming in. I think you've just subscribed as well, so thank you very much for subscribing, Tyler. Really appreciate it, mate. And big thumbs up. Hope you enjoy your beers. I really do. So I love doing these live things now. I really do. I'll be honest. It's the way for me to connect to people, and I'm not really into these group hangouts. So I've thought about doing them. I thought about joining them, but it's not just me. It's not me. I just feel like you're intimidated by about, you got 4 or 5 people on a group hangout wanting to get their views across, and I don't think it really works for me. I think it's best if you just do something on your own. If someone watches you and comments, then God bless you, and we do. I prefer to do it that way. Some people like these group hangouts. I just find them a little bit, I don't know, hard going in a way. So there's always, it's kind of like human nature, you could say. There's always somebody who wants to be the alpha male, who wants to tell you, he wants to be in charge, wants to tell you that what he says is right and all the time and everything. You know what I mean? Terry's Cook beer reviews. He's come up with a good one. If I can watch it. Chugging on Spit. Yes, happy days, Terry. Shepardine, you can't go wrong. Spitfire, I do enjoy, but Bishop's Finger, I like Bishop's Finger. It's a lovely beer. I don't have had Shepherd's Knee for a very long time, but I do like the old Bishop's Finger. It's a lovely beer, isn't it, Tel? Lovely stuff. So hope you've enjoyed that, Tel. I really do. So we've got one from Tranmere Rovers. Do you get a chance to go to Southampton matches? I used to years ago, Tranmere. I've lived in the north. I live in Richmond now. I live on the edge of the Yorkshire Dales. Yorkshire Dales, 3 or 4 miles that way. When I was with my uncle lives in Southampton. He passed away, God bless him. I used to go to the Dell a lot. I lived in Eastbourne. I was born and brought up in Eastbourne. I used to go to Southampton, used to go to the Dell, used to watch the games there. I went when actually Kevin Keegan was there as well. My first game I went to the Dell was Kevin Keegan, and the Wallace brothers played for us. I've been to St Mary's once. I haven't been since. It's because I live up north, but I always look out for their results. Always have affinity with the club, which won't go away. It's because of the way. It's always been because I've been brought up with Southampton supporting my family, so it'll never go away. We have got another Dino beer review post. As ever, it'll come up. Your godsend, mate. Street come dancing. Thank you very much. I could have a little dance here for you just to, get the music away and that. whatever. You won't get me watching that shite either. Um, so yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed this Saturday night's entertainment, mate. Chris Craig says hello, Dean. Dean's beer review says hello, Craig. So at the moment, it's good. At the moment, it's good night Saturday night entertainment. Who wants Strictly when you got me talking a load of crap? Right, I'm going to go with my old Audi Saint Etienne. I saved it for this because I know I'm doing too much of this and I'm not drinking enough of that. If you know what I mean. If you know what I mean. So I'll just drink this. Oh, yeah. So let's get on with the show. Let's see what you're loving it. Good stuff, Dino. Good stuff. That's what it's all about. It's all entertainment at its finest. Now, how about you? Because I thought that to kind of like make my beer reviews more entertaining, and I'm still thinking about it. I don't know. I don't think Dina would do this, but I'm thinking of getting a glove puppet. Like you do, get a glove puppet. Hello, how you doing? You know, kind of like drinking beer. Hello, I think that's shit. You know, I thought that's a good idea. What do you, what do you think? Maybe it's a good idea. Get a glove puppet. Hello, how you doing? Hello, crocodile or something, Punch and Judy or something. Just to make break, break it up a bit. Like you do. Make it more interesting, wouldn't it? It would, wouldn't it? It would. Um, get the glove puppets out. I'm getting a new cat tomorrow, so that's going to appear in the videos over the next few weeks. I've got two cats at the moment, but I'm getting a third one in, a little kitten. So she's going to end up turning into the reviews because I like sticking me cats in the reviews and stuff. Um, so what we got? We got Terry's quick beer reviews. He's come up. The legend that is Tell, and he is a legend. Terry's quick beer reviews is a legend. Anybody who's watching this who's never heard of him, I highly recommend you to subscribe to this fella. He does one review a week, but it's honest and it's quality, and he's down. I'm breaking up again. Again, I've just spoken up. Your testicles are when I had yes. He back again, like you do. I just have is it going to happen? Am I working? Am I working? Am I working now? Am I working now? My internet has been an absolute twat at the moment. Um, so there you go. So let's get back to it, shall we? It's been apologise for all this. Tyler Croft, luckily no strictly for me, mate. Mrs. has gone out to the house to myself. That's what it's all about, isn't it? That's all what it's all about. Fucking shite. I'm sorry again for people who's kind of like internet connections being bloody crap. Apologies, everybody, as ever. Yes, Jason Holmes simulation. Hello, thank you very much, Jason, for turning in. Yes, I am. He says I haven't got a clue what you're saying to that because I've got cut off. I'm back on now for some reason. It all went a bit tits up. I'm on PlusNet. PlusNet keep ringing me, wanting me to kind of like upgrade and stuff like that. But never mind. But Dean's still here. Dean is still here as ever. He's always here, Dean. He's hardcore, Dean. Big thumbs up. Dean always gets the thumbs up from me. Highly recommend anybody out there to go and watch Dean's beer reviews because he's a top bloke. He is. So get down there, get on Dean's beer reviews, all of you. Get him to 1,000 reviews because the bloke deserves it. He's put a lot of work in his channel. He's been doing it for a long time and has been reviewing beers more or less on a daily basis as well. So you get down to Dean's beer reviews, give him 1,000 subs, please. Thank you very much. It's all dropped to one viewer now. Like you do. Yeah, so yeah, I'm down to one viewer. Whoever you are, Mister One Viewer, tell us who you are. I got cut off the internet as always. It's always a pain in the ass. Internet connection cut off like you do. So I'm gonna have this drink, and I'm gonna have this drink, and I'm gonna bugger off. I think. Um, Always a pleasure. Spill that. Always a pleasure, as always, to talk to you guys out there. Um, but I think the internet has gone down, and I think people are buggered off. But I'm back up to 5 views. Anybody out there, tell us who you are. It's me, Mr. Ronald. It's me, Dean's Beer Reviews. He's back. Oh, it's just me. No way. God. I'm sorry about the internet connection. If I cut off again, I'll end it. It's just one of them things. One of them things. Mr. Ronald. Yes, it's you. Thank God for that. Dean. Did you go in the car? Just me. No way. Just you, mate. Well, I'm glad I'm back. That was a bugger, wasn't it? So, Gremlins, you know what? I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what. I've never had problems with StreamYard at all. Actually, till tonight. Um, my internet. I'm in the middle of the sticks, so my internet isn't the greatest, to be honest with you. But it's the first time it's cut itself off. First time. Um, um, I don't know, Jason. I don't know, mate. I'm a bit. I'm not that very well versed in kind of like technology. I'm a bit of a kind of like simple person, you know. I just like my beer, and I like to turn a computer on button, and that's it. You know, somebody who's I'm not somebody who's kind of like a techno geek. You know, I just turn the button on, says on, turn the bugger on. I'm not into all this kind of like computer malarkey and all this shit. I'm just a plain normal bloke, you know, who drinks beer like you do. A lot of floater followers with them now. I don't think their servers can cope. You most probably are right, Dean. I've been on PlusNet for about 2 years now. We're looking at going somewhere else. But of course, it's funny, isn't it? When you get to the end of the contract, whatever you're on, they tend to start ringing you and they start giving you different kind of like options and different kind of like offers and stuff like that, and super fast internet, which I think we all need. Um, but it's kind of like weird. They're kind of like parasites in a way. They're kind of like they know you're coming at the end of your contract, but they start ringing you up and they start kind of like giving you all this kind of like customer loyalty type of shit. Yeah. Um, Streamyard. I have to say, it's been very good. I've enjoyed it. The thing what I like about Streamyard is that having to put other people's comments up so everybody else can see. I think it's a lovely interactive type of thing to do. It's you can all get in and enjoy exactly what people were talking about. Um, Terry Script Beaver says, "Get Virgin." Never. I will have a look into that, Terry. Thanks, mate, for that. We looked at that. We've looked at Sky as well. I haven't got Sky on for the TV because I just think it's a waste of money. I don't really watch much TV, to be honest. It's one of them things. I'd rather watch YouTube than Sky, to be honest. This can start, watching real people doing real stuff on YouTube and stuff on Sky. So I've never really kind of like looked into Sky as such. It's one of them things, but I will look into Virgin night. We had Virgin a long time ago. Then we went to PlusNet for about 3-4 years ago now. So yeah, I will look into that, Terry. So thanks for that, mate. Yeah, thanks for that. I'll definitely look into that actually. So cheers, everybody. I'll go have me Aldi lager. Yeah, lovely stuff. It's weird when you get a 4-pack of beer, you don't want to waste it. I'll just stick it in the bottom of the cupboard. I'll use it for stuff like this, like you do. Don't if anybody else does that. Just get the old cheap lagers in, just stick it at the bottom of the, invite people round. Whenever you invite people, if you invite people round, just bring it out. Dean says, biggest con ever, it is to a degree, yeah. I totally agree with you to that, because years ago, I could completely understand. If you go back to the 70s, while I was growing up, you most probably were growing up as well, Dean. When you go back to the 70s, TV license was a very important thing, wasn't it? You only have 4 channels, well, 3 channels. When I remember when it's just BBC One, BBC Two, and ITV. Channel 4 never existed to the early 80s. I remember it was just 3 channels, and the BBC license was a big thing. If you if you got avoided paying it, it was a pretty serious offence. Very serious offence, actually. It was jail in some terms. But over the years, with the introduction of Sky, introduction of all these, Freeview or whatever, it's not been as important. And for me, my personal opinion is now the TV license shouldn't stand. I think because of the amount of channels which are available on TV, I think that the TV license isn't really a necessity for a household. And I think that they should do away with it. I think the BBC should be run on adverts like ITV. But I can go back to the 70s and early 80s where I think it was necessary, but now it's a different world. Now you see, when you turn on BBC, you see all these celebrities, you see all these presenters who are on. Yeah, am I still here? I'm still here. I'm back on. Right, I'm back on. I've dropped down. Apologies again. I'm gonna knock this stream on the air because it's shit. But like I say, answer to Dean's question is you got the TV license now. People are paying loads of money, and you got all these presenters on shitloads of money. And I think they should end the TV license now. I think it's a waste of money, and I don't think people should watch it any more or should pay it anymore. So yes, totally agree with you, Dean, on that. We have got Virgin the best, mate. He most probably is. I would look into that, Mr. Ronald. But I'm going to end this stream because I'm having problems now, and I don't really want to piss people off by keep getting knocked off on the head all the time. So all I can say to you is I'm going to knock this stream on the head. I'm going to put another one out next week because I love doing these. As ever, thank you very much, all of you, for watching us. Thank you, everybody, from Terry to Dean to Jason to Mr. Ronald, for putting comments up. I really enjoy talking to you, but the problem is my internet connection tonight is shite. So I'm going to knock this one on the head, and I shall see, hopefully, all of you next week. We'll have another good natter. It's always been a pleasure talking to you all, and I shall see you all next week. So thank you very much, everybody. Thank you. End broadcast. End broadcast. That's what it's end broadcast, because it's not working. Thank you. We're going. Finished. I'm finished. All right.